All right, everybody, welcome into the First State Bank Breakfast with Benefield. Coach, we're going to talk about last night's victory, but before we do, let's go back to last Thursday night. We had the dedication for you here at the stadium. Pretty memorable moments in there, and we had the pleasure to come up here and enjoy that with you, and seeing Coach Savarese and so many people up here. You actually said you didn't know that was going to go on that night, did you?
No, I didn't know all those people were coming. I didn't know really what was going on.
Yeah, that was very special, and to see the dedication to the stadium and hear so many good memories and stuff. And I actually got educated on a lot on Mr. Ridgeway and Mr. Long myself. Harold does a fantastic job. I guess you call him a statistician, man, but he's also very knowledgeable about things in general, and especially about those two. But how important has it been to have somebody like Harold here as a historian? He's been such a backbone for the community and so steady over the years.
Yeah, we've known one another a long time and been a good friend. And it's just good to have somebody around like that to take care of a lot of jobs, that you sometimes coach don't need to or don't want to, and does a great job. And been him and his dad and mom and them have been big Fyffe fans a long time. It's good to have those deep roots people, pulling for you.
He's definitely got that, don't he?
He does.
And I know you said Mr. Ridgeway was you was a fan of his.
Oh man, that's my hero. Danny was.
Danny Ridgeway.
Our family's always, he played with my middle brother Roger, and then Roger played with him. I guess they've all played together. Whatever the original Big Red Machine, 1970, when I was about 11 years old, that was our pride and joy. And cried like a baby on the way home when they got beat that night. But they got he got a little brother, Ricky, that's been friends with me and played when I played. And Rodney, their older brother, played a lot of ball with him. And just family's always been close. Shine with their dad and Delinda. And I spent many nights down there, and that's some of you youth baseball coaches. Just a lot of good memories, good times.
And I opened his barbecue up in honor of Shine, didn't he? That's what it's called.
Yes. Shine passed down some of those cooking techniques, and they're good ones.
Well, I picked them up, I can tell you. He can do it. And Mr. Long's played in the NFL for the Patriots, and was actually on their all-decade team.
Yeah, all I knew about him, my mother used to tell me about him. So he, he was gone from Fyffe before I was born. But we kept up with him tried to on Sunday, just as a young boy growing up, we'd try to watch. And I know my mother told me he's from Fyffe. That's the only reason I knew it. And then I got a football card. I bought a pack of football cards when I was little and had his picture in it. And that was
a
good day.
Ain't no doubt about it. Have somebody in your hometown playing NFL. So, Coach, last night you come away with a pretty massive victory, considering it's another region championship, and locked up first place in the region with a 51-7 win over Geraldine. Take us back to last night and the game overall, just your opinion on what transpired.
Well, I never suspected it to be that kind of score. Geraldine had just beat Sylvania and had some confidence going. They'd had some players out early, middle of the season, and they had come. All of them had got back to playing. But you're always, or I am, a worry wart. They call me or whatever that's called. But anyway, I'm worried about turnovers. I worry about things happening. Hunter played good a week before last, but sometimes your second game you can lose your concentration. But he did a great job keeping in focus. And we're out of school. That's always a coach's nightmare.
Yeah,
you like to be out of school, but yet you don't know what your kids are out of structure there, and you don't know where they're at and what they're doing, and just worries and a coach does me. So we know we performed pretty well. Even got Justin Stiefel some snaps at quarterback second half, and he looked good. And they got Caleb back, Lyles, which helped us. Geraldine's always got a good offensive front and defensive line, I thought we really controlled that part of it. You know, Eli and Ike are still out. Don't know how long, a couple of weeks probably. Maybe get them back to the playoffs is what we're hoping for.
Yeah, because it's two pretty good players, and technically the way you guys play ball, that's 4 positions.
Yeah,
you're down right there.
Six last week.
Six.
Yeah, well, Caleb being out.
Caleb, yeah.
Like he played some.
That's 6 pretty good ball players.
All
You
state.
look at it that way, yeah, absolutely.
You're 2A, 3A, whatever, borderline. You lose 3 All-State players.
That'll knock a dent in your plans.
Should, yeah. Our guys have really stepped up and played well.
And but on the same token, me being a glass half full, talk about the added help that's going to get depth-wise and getting some other guys some looks and having to move some guys around who could possibly help you moving down the road.
Could, yeah, it sure could. I don't think until Ike gets a cast off, he'd be able to throw the ball much, and I don't know what his hand's going to be like after that. So he could be used somewhere else possibly, and then Eli probably not going to be full speed rest of the year, but hope to get him back to spot play, maybe on defensive line, and just see how it goes. You know, he's got a brace now, and it's getting stronger every day, but it takes time for something like that to get where you can forget about it and play football. You can't be thinking about that.
Yeah, mentally.
And some rough stuff coming up ahead if we advance.
No doubt. And one thing I noticed about your offense, and definitely how many different people you had scoring, you had a lot of ball carriers last night, but no turnovers. Talk about the positives in that. And
huge, man. That's huge. You just
especially with a new quarterback.
Since we've been running this offense, it's just been that's been a part of it. That this first team right now has not turned the ball over.
Man, that's amazing.
Our other second group did 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I remember
Hopefully got that fixed. I don't know. We did.
Yeah, I remember that game.
I don't like them at no level. I don't even like them when I watch our junior high play. I don't like the fumbles.
Yeah, because those can turn the momentum in a game in a heartbeat right there.
Yeah. That's a big deal if you don't go in the game and beat yourself. And we got a good kicking game. Brody killed it last night.
That's one of my questions.
Yeah, sorry about that. But then, of course, luckily we didn't have to use Justin, but we will somewhere. He's a good punter, and kicking game and good defense can keep you in November games if you're fortunate enough to get to them.
He, like you said, before I asked you about Dalton, Justin, like we've talked about on here earlier, that's a huge weapon when you play defense like you guys do. He can flip the field, and you guys have seen that one of the best defenses statistic-wise there's ever been out on the field. That's huge. But Dalton hit him a 20-something yarder last night, a field goal, but he's just as steady as they come. He's an old-school kicker, but, man, talk about the luxury of having that guy on the field as steady as he is, not only on the field goal game, but in extra points and things like that, but on the kickoffs.
Yeah, I just wish we could wouldn't have to change shoes where he wouldn't have to come out. So,
you think he can run at 40 in that?
Well, he told me last night he could run in it. We was getting him over there going to kick a field goal, and then all of a sudden we wound up on the 2-yard line. And so we was going to try to take a shot at the end zones, and then, I got a 6'4" receiver standing over here next to me with a kicking shoe on. So I didn't know how much he could clot around in that thing. But, we got other guys can catch it. But I felt like if we blocked well enough to score the last 2 plays, we ran, and that didn't happen. So we needed to kick a field goal to get a little practice there. Not like it's any different than extra point. But I don't know.
And I want to talk about your D for a minute. I think you guys outgained Geraldine 480 maybe yards to 138. Talk about that defense, man. Even with basically with Ike and Eli not out there, still only giving up 138 yards total last night.
We had a good team defense to begin with. You start taking little chinks out of it. That might not show up this week, but it's somewhere down the line it's going to hurt you. But we hope to get them back before that happens. But like I said, Eli probably won't be playing no linebacker when he does get back. I don't know, he might. But we don't know the future, don't know how he'll heal, and just pray for him to heal up quickly. And we hope good Lord blesses us the rest of the year and keeps us away from any more.
Yeah, because
That's part of the game. That's a bad part. The only bad part of football is injuries.
Yep. You never know when they're coming or how they're coming.
Nope. Can't do nothing about it. It's like rain.
That's true. Now, Coach, moving forward, you got Asbury coming in here. They're actually going to be up here. What have you seen from Asbury on film?
Well, I hadn't watched
It broke down anything yet?
Not watched them yet. Just I know they're still a young team, and I think they got a win a couple weeks ago against Brindley. So, I think it's senior night here, and our guys will be ready to play. I know, and Asbury's kids play hard, I'm sure, and do the best they can do. We got, like I said, try to finish up regular season. We cut our season in 3 halves, or 3 quarters would be halves, or 3 something. I don't know, thirds.
Thirds.
And that's why I failed math. I brown nosed a lot.
You got through that way?
I got to be.
Whatever it takes.
From being a good boy. Sitting on the front and smiling. But anyway, we played 5 games. It's been a strange season anyway.
Man, you ain't lying.
Just if we can finish up this second half, and then we just try to throw everything out the window and start all over, because it's sudden death when you hit the playoffs. And anybody can beat you on a given night. You just try to advance, survive and advance.
And that, man, you talk about a huge boost to get that region championship locked in. That's huge, especially and this is going to be not looking forward to the playoffs or anything, but just it is what it is. You made the playoffs and you're region champ, so this is going to be cutthroat out of the gate in this playoffs.
Yes, a lot of good teams out there.
Yeah, a lot of good teams, coaches around the area.
That's what I was telling the reporter last night. He's talking about 2A to 3A. And it's not that the fact that there might not be a 2A school that's better than any of the 3As, but as a general whole, there's going to be, of course, there's going to be probably more teams that are better in 3A.
Right.
Because you got more kids.
That's right.
There's more 4A teams probably better. Now, people can argue and speculate and do all, that's what sports is fun about. Everybody's got their opinion. But, I'm not saying the 2A state champion couldn't beat 3A and 4A state champion, but we're talking about a whole 64 teams is what you compete against. So, there's several good. There were some good 2As last year in the North, but there's there's going to be more 3As and
more students,
more picks.
It'd be like 7A. There's 32 teams, right?
Yeah, go from 6A to 7A, and you figure that out pretty quick. 5A to 6A.
Yeah.
Not that a 5A won't ever beat a 6A or a 2A won't beat a 3A, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, as a whole, as general, there are going to be more students. There's
probably top. You just take the best 12 teams in 2A and the best 12 in 3A, and you're probably going to do the same to 4A, and you're going to have. Yeah, if you played the top 12, that's 6 games right there, and they're probably going to all play each other. The 3A is going to beat the 2A.
Yeah, for sure.
9 or 10 out of the 12.
Just breaking it down like
or
that.
6, 5 out of 6. I don't know.
I love it. That's what makes sports fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
People get to talk.
That's right.
Most of the people that talk, man, never played sports.
No.
That's the beautiful part about it.
All the best coaches are out there without a degree and don't have a team or nothing. They got a fantasy team.
They usually lose.
Counts.
They lose at that. I've lost a couple of fantasy championships myself.
But everybody would have done something different.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Second hand, but don't get me Nick Saban here started on
Nick, he might be coaching tonight. They said.
Oh yeah,
he'll be COVID in 2 days.
He'll be coaching.
Well, Coach, we're going to shut this one down. God willing, we will see you here next Saturday morning. And congratulations on the field dedication and another region championship.
Thank you.
Another region win.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.